Let me guess, you're smart, self-aware, maybe even doing the work, but somehow you keep attracting emotionally unavailable men and inconsistent patterns. You're not crazy, you're not broken, but something in your emotional wiring is pulling you towards the wrong type of connection. Today, we're breaking that pattern right here, right now. I'm going to break down 3 reasons why this keeps happening and what you can do differently. So we're addressing why you keep attracting the wrong man after divorce. Point number 1, you're emotionally familiar with chaos. This is not something that we like to hear. This is not something that we always recognize within ourselves. However, it can be a pattern. Trauma bonding and unresolved childhood attachment styles often really drive attraction. Let's just think about it. We're attracted to someone, we think it's chemistry because it feels familiar. Familiar doesn't necessarily mean it's the right connection. It may mean that it's just triggering something deeper that you're used to feeling. For example, you're dating, you're newly in it and he didn't text you back, but you kind of feel hooked. You want to win that attention. You want to get to him. It's not necessarily a sign of love. It's basically your nervous system's response to a feeling that you're having, something that you're, used to generating. Now, it really can come from having an emotionally unavailable parent where you feel like you're earning that attention, you're earning that love, and you're earning that affection. That isn't necessarily something that's going to be a match for you later in life. You likely have a lot on your plate. You're divorced, maybe you have kids, a full career, and that sort of dynamic isn't something that you're really wanting, but you don't know how to break that pattern. This leads me to the next point. Point number 2, you haven't really fully rebuilt your self-worth. I know it's hard to do. It's not easy to do whether you've come out of a divorce or not. However, after divorce, sometimes we rush to find love without really repairing our internal perception of ourselves. Coming straight out of a divorce, the first person that you're dating, likely it's like the first pancake. You burn it and it's not a fit. But you still need to learn to love who you are, to prove that you are happy with yourself and not proof that you need someone else to validate that. You're desirable all on your own. So spending time with yourself to know what value you offer for who you are as a person, who you are as a parent, a coworker, a daughter, everything, all of that really, really matters when you get out there in the dating world. You can ask yourself, who am I proving my love to? Why is this actually something that is driving me? You don't have to prove anything at all other than you're available, you're ready, you're confident, you know what you want. And it takes a while to get there, but getting stuck in a cycle of proving yourself and sort of showing that you can be a great partner without doing the internal work, a lot of times just leads to the same type of person. Next point number 3, you're dating potentially from a place of loneliness and not wholeness. There's a difference. You know what it feels like. You know when you feel lonely and a little bit depressed, and you also know when you are just wanting to fill your time. You've likely been there. But when you're desperate, that desperate energy of wanting to fill it attracts confusion, and really it's not very clear. Knowing what you want and being able to have clarity for yourself really just sets the pace and sets the tone for you to evaluate what's coming in. So when you're needing someone as opposed to choosing someone, that is a big difference. There's a huge jump. When you need someone, you're looking potentially for that person to fill a void that you can't seem to fill for yourself. Likely that is not going to happen. They're not going to fill it, or maybe they fill it a little bit and you want more and more and more and more and more. As opposed to knowing yourself, knowing what you want, and then being able to choose someone that matches where you are, that has the same vision of life, interests. Maybe they're a parent, maybe they like to travel, maybe they like to watch movies. It doesn't matter, but you're able to choose them from a place of matching as opposed to needing. And with all of this, you're able to not repeat the pattern. You're able to break the cycle. So if you're tired of questioning your worth after every date, it's time to really get in alignment, not from anxiety. Subscribe, like, and comment below if you are ready to shift and are ready to get out of attracting an old pain and creating something real. Your next chapter starts with clarity. If you want more, here it is. You can subscribe. You can also download my workbook. Follow me here, like, and comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have you broken your pattern? What's the most recurring thing that's happening in your life right now? I love comments.